That's Arrow, and this is a WoT I'm Thinking Debrief for the week of February 17th, 2013. Methods of evaluating player skill have long been discussed and debated on the WoT forums. In the absence of direct player observation and evaluation, which can be problematic, the only method is through the use of publicly available player stats. Since it's an indirect method of evaluation, there is no one stat that can directly measure player skill. While many consider win rate to be the key stat in player evaluation, there are issues with solely relying on it. World of Tanks is ultimately a team game with 15 players comprising each side. While a single player can have a big impact on a match, it's difficult to win when the rest of your team doesn't carry their weight. That said, good players will have a positive effect on their team more often than not, leading to more wins. It should also be noted that a player's win rate can be influenced by platooning as well as to a lesser extent company battles and clan wars. Two good players platooning with an average player will generally win more matches than the average player playing solo, as the good players will generally play more consistently and will carry the average player to more wins. Platooning, though, is not the be-all end-all for winning. 3 bad players will still be bad when platooned and could potentially win even less than they would solo. What this leads to is the need to evaluate secondary stats in relation to win rate, but this is also problematic at best. Average XP is directly influenced by what tiers you play, as well as how often you run a premium account. Average damage is also directly influenced by what tiers you play. Capture points, defense points, spots, and kills mean next to nothing on their own. In an attempt to put player stats into perspective, several rating stats have been invented by the player base. The most commonly used and well known of these is efficiency. While generally speaking there is a correlation between efficiency and player skill, the problem with efficiency is that it can be farmed. The old efficiency formula weighted capture points very heavily. Since capture points are awarded regardless of if a win is by capture or not, jumping into the capture circle at the end of a battle rather than chasing down the last tank is an easy way to pad efficiency. Also, good performance in low tier battles will also pad efficiency, as the formula is quite skewed at the lower tiers. As noted, I mentioned that the old efficiency formula could be farmed. The formula for efficiency has recently changed to lower the impact of cap farming. Many players, myself included, consider the formula change too little, too late. With all of the issues relating to efficiency, another rating stat has become more popular recently, called WN efficiency, or WN for short, which means weighted and normalized. Currently on its 6th iteration, WN is an attempt to more closely and correctly correlate with win rate. The biggest difference between efficiency and WN is that WN doesn't take capture points into account at all. It also penalizes players that primarily play low tiers. Generally speaking, WN isn't easy to farm. The primary factors in the calculation are average destroyed and average damage. For the most part, I prefer this rating over efficiency and have changed out my XVM settings to show WN rating rather than efficiency. The obvious problem with any compiled rating is that there will be playstyles that can't be properly accounted for, and this is due to the limited amount of stats provided by the developer. Scouts are at a particular disadvantage because there is no stat to track detection damage. Technically, this is tracked through average XP, but the lack of a normalized average XP stat makes this useless. There are also some contributions in battle that can't be measured, like the player that leads a charge to break a flank, or a player that holds up a flank all by themselves while the other flank caps the enemy base. And now it's time for the Match of the Week! The replay that we'll be looking at is from February 21st on Ruinberg in my Type 59. As noted at the top of the loading screen, this is an encounter battle. Reviewing tank composition for this battle reveals the following. This is a Tier 8 battle with 4 Tier 8s per side. My team has 5 Tier 7s and 4 Tier 6s, while the enemy team has 4 Tier 7s and 5 Tier 6s. Both teams have a single Tier 5 tank and a single Tier 5 arty piece. While I don't recognize any specific players in the match, the enemy team has a member of Forge in their T-71. Members of Forge are usually very good. While a T-71 won't necessarily be able to control this match, the tank shines when played by a highly skilled player. As this is an encounter battle, controlling the town at E0 is critical as it gives the opportunity to flank enemy forces in the city. I plan to head up the 0 column at the start of the match. This is the first time I've run the Type 59 in the WoT I'm Thinking series. It should be noted that the type is comparable to the T-44 but with stronger armor. The T-44 though is more maneuverable and can mount more powerful guns. It should be noted that I'm running Locustan's HD Minimap mod. This mod labels every visible tank on the minimap. This is invaluable strategic information over the standard minimap that just shows tank type symbols. Pressing and holding the control key enlarges the minimap to cover about a third of the screen. I'm heading out towards town now. Got pretty good support here. T-34 and a KV-1S in front of me. Got a T-71 spotted. That is the critical tank I need to keep an eye on. Try to line them up here, but I've got tanks running across my field of view. And I missed my shot. The enemy has also prioritized this area, sending half their tanks along with 2 of their top tiers. Looks like we're in for a dogfight. Edge up here, get a hit on the ARL-44, but no damage. Lining up the Cromwell now, get a hit. Pushing forward here, shooting at the Cromwell again, and knock him down. This position is fairly safe. Artillery will not be able to shoot me here. Lining up the ARL. Fire second too late. He's knocked down by our 1375. And this Cromwell here. He bounces. Bounce something else. Another bounce. Hit the Cromwell. I'm going to knock down this Cromwell now. And knock him down after bouncing his shot. Got a T-29 in the background. I want to stay behind these buildings to stay in arty cover. I'm going to see what I can do with this IS. He's not paying attention. I hit him in the flank. Back behind the building to reload. Making sure he's distracted before I come out again. Hit him again in the flank. Back out again. These enemies are all distracted, so it's to my advantage. Get another hit on the IS, and our T-34 knocks him down. I'm going to go after the IS-3 now. He's almost dead, and our IS knocks him down. Looking at the mini-map, I've noticed that we only have a Jumbo Sherman in the city, and an enemy PZ-5M10 and T-71 are penetrating into our backfield. I need to pull back and defend our arty and keep our forces from getting flanked. I'm also concerned about the cap in case the enemy starts capping, even though it will take them a long time to complete the capture. You can see where their T-71 is. He's been working the lower part of the field next to town, and generally staying out of sight. He's trying to ninja us, but hasn't been able to do a heck of a lot so far. He does have a kill though. While I would think that this Jagdtiger 8.8 centimeters should be able to handle the PZ-5M10, I'm still going to come back and make sure he gets knocked down. Take a brief look to my right to make sure that KV-1S can't get a shot at me. He is back behind the building, so I can sneak in on this PZ-5M10. And knock him down. This Jagdtiger 8.8 centimeters taking a beating. I'm now going to go after the KV-1S. Our team in town is starting to flounder with 3 tanks destroyed since I pulled back, leaving just a Tiger II and T-34 remaining. The T-71 is definitely taking advantage of the fact that I've left the area to move in. Arty is definitely in danger right now. Got a hit on the KV-1S. He is trying to back up to get some room. He is not running the top gun, he is running the short barrel. And I knock him down from behind. This T-34 is not looking at me, so I'm going to try to line him up. I can only see a sliver of the front and back of his turret. Shoot him in the back of the turret, get a hit. As I continue to move forward towards the church, he's started to back up. Obviously recognizing that he's being flanked. Snap a shot around the corner. Looks like I bounced off his turret. Back up, take another shot at it. Now this is a bit of a mistake here as he knows I'm there and he is lined up on me. Facing a T-34 isn't strategically wise in my 59 as the 34 has more health, a more powerful gun, and frontal armor that can bounce my rounds. After taking a hit, I learned my lesson and withdraw. Pull back out into the field here. My original thought here was to go through the field. It should be noted that the enemy T-71 was knocked down by our T-34. That's one critical opponent knocked out of the match. The enemy has started capping the base. With just a KV-3 nearby, I need to head back into the city and slow down the cappers. See if I can stop their cap. KV-1, KV-1S, T-34 still over here. Missed my first shot on the KV-1. Looks like he hit the fountain in front of him. Hit him in the flank. Our KV-3 tried to go head-to-head with the T-34 and got destroyed. Get another hit on the KV-1. Lining him up for the kill shot, and already knocks him down. Being particularly careful here as I saw the T-34 trying to maneuver around to get a shot at me. Rather than waiting to go head-to-head, I'm going to maneuver down this alley. I missed my shot. He missed me, though. This Tiger II tracked me. I have 100% repair on this crew, so it's not a big deal. I'm down to 39% health after that hit, though. Take a hit, no damage. Get another damaging hit on the Tiger II. With another head-to-head confrontation against a heavy tank that will likely go against me, I maneuver past the Tiger II and head up the Center City Road. While exposing my rear armor to both the Tiger II and KV-1S isn't usually the best plan, it's the quickest way to get to cover and I can still afford to take a hit. I'm down to 20% health now. KV-1S is far enough back where he can't see me. I'm trying to line up the Tiger II. Not going to waste a shot there, and I punch through his upper front plate. I have switched to premium rounds as I am very low on AP. Only have one shell remaining. The Type 59 is one of the few tanks in game that there is the potential in extended battle to run out of ammunition. Trying to bait the Tiger II, and I have, as our T-34 hits him in the back, and I knock him down. After taking down the Tiger II, I decide to go after Artie. With the Jagdtiger 8.8cm and Tiger II to take on the T-34 on cap, along with lengthy capture time, I feel confident that I can make this move without the threat of losing the match. I actually don't know exactly where their artillery is though, as the artillery has not been spotted up to this point. We lose our T-34. We lose our Jagdtiger 8.8cm. And I finally noticed that their Artie was actually behind me, not in a position I expected. I go to line up my shot, and I miss. I know I need to move. Artie hits me but doesn't knock me down. I'm tracked, I line him up, and I knock him down. I'm now going to head back into town, down the one line, and take the T-34 from behind. Still capping our base, but with such a slow cap rate in encounter mode, there's no chance he's going to cap us out before I can get in there and put a hit on him. Get caught up on some terrain there, and our Tiger II knocks him down for the win. Looking at the after action screens, I destroyed 6 tanks for a top gun, damaged 3 more, hit 22 of 28 shots, and did 4,067 points of damage, and earned 2,292 experience before the double, which earned an Ace Tanker badge. I also earned Steel Wall. A quick note, while I do have over 600 battles in the Type 59, it may be surprising to some that I just earned the Ace Tanker badge. This is due to how little I've played the Type since the introduction of the Mastery badges. It used to be a favored medium of mine before the developers nerfed it several times, and now I only play it sparingly. Overall, like most encounter battles, controlling the zone between the spawns is critical to success. I went to the town at E0 and helped my team control that area. Once I noticed on the minimap that the enemy had penetrated our lines along with taking control of the cap area, I pushed back to protect Artie and keep the enemy from flanking and capping. While the cap time in the encounter mode is significantly longer than standard mode, I've seen plenty of battles where ignoring the cap for too long has led to failure. The mobility of my tank was ultimately a critical part of my success in this match, allowing me to reposition around the map as well as disengage from poor tactical situations against superior enemies. Thank you for watching this WoT I'm Thinking Debrief. Stay tuned for more content soon.